I'm Greta Valenti from the band Well Hung Heart.
And you just released last year you released an album, didn't you?
Yeah, last year was our debut album, and then we just released a second album April 1st. So.
Blimey. Okay, tell me about your new one then.
So our new one's called Go Forth and Multiply, which, do you guys know what that means? Like,
I think I know the reference, but I'm not quite sure what from.
Well, apparently in England and in Australia, it means like to go F yourself, like that kind of thing. Like go forth and multiply, like that kind of.
Go make babies.
Yeah, but
without
it's in the Bible too, so I don't know what that means.
The Bible version is to go out and multiply and make babies and populate the earth.
Exactly.
The less polite version doesn't involve a second person, so right after that.
Oh right, yeah. See, that was a better explanation. We'll just bring him with us to explain it every time.
Yeah, you should do that. Just use it as a soundbite.
Yeah.
So, who influenced it musically?
Well, Robin, my guitar player, bass player person, he's very blues influenced, and then I'm very rock influenced. So I like to listen to a lot of really old music. I like David Bowie. I like everything 70s, like T-Rex, still like 60s, and then all 70s rock. Then like punk, like Iggy Pop, New York Dolls, and then kind of skip over most of the 80s. and then well, there's like Susie and the Banshees, and there's some cool stuff, and then like Nirvana, Rage Against the Machine, Beastie Boys, and keeps going. But so all things that rock. Yes.
Nice. And lyrically, do you use things that happen to yourself? Do you write it as like almost like a story, or?
They're always personal, like whether or not it's even me or it's either me or someone that I know or I care about. So a lot of songs on this new record are about like a couple other people's relationships that are kind of affecting me too, or they're affecting everyone around them. But mostly I'm trying to be like, wake up, get out of it, it's evil. So
yeah. I know something you mean.
Yeah.
So you're currently on tour with the Hoax. What's that like then?
It's cool. It's a blues crowd. We're blues, and we're influenced by the blues, but obviously we have a lot of rock and roll in us too. So it's definitely, we kind of tamed down our shows a little bit for the blues audience, because sometimes we scare them. But because they go, what was that? It's not normal. But so it's cool. It's a different audience, and then sometimes we'll do more punkier shows. Like we've opened for punk bands, and then we'll do like a much heavier set, and then we'll play with someone in the middle that's like a more like a Black Keys, or someone that's more like rock, bluesy. So
yeah,
we have a lot of variety in our set, so we kind of cater it to whoever we're playing with.
What I saw on stage is like often you get with bigger bands, you sort of get something that's like, I don't want to say not as important, but sometimes you think you could do the show without them. But you three, so you're so well put together. You're like three big personalities.
Yeah.
What's that like on tour then?
That's important, because Robin and I started the band, and then we use different drummers. So we have different drummer in California, and we have like different drummers here in England, and it's very important that that person be, like you said, like a big personality as well, because there's only three of us, and Robin's playing all the main instruments. So the drummer has to have, a lot of technique. It has to be really cool to watch as well, because, there's only three of us, so they have to help carry that weight.
Yeah. So what's it like when you're going around the country and things? Is there anyone who's the messiest when you're going around places?
Robin. He leaves like a trail wherever he goes. Like I'm like following him around. The other day, like he was eating something, and then there's like a fry there, and then there's like a fry. I'm like, where did Robin go? Oh, they're over there, because there's more fries over there. So we knew exactly where he went.
Oh.
But none of us are we're all pretty, that's important for us. You have to be like pretty cool. No drama. None of that kind of, You have to be kind of chill and have fun and keep it cool.
Where have you been seen in the UK then? Any favourite cities you've been to?
Where did we go? Let me think. This is hard. Because we've been on a couple tours of England, so like I always like the cool, because we don't have this kind of stuff in America. We don't have like the really old stuff. So I really like a couple times we've driven through the Peak District.
Yeah.
So it's like really beautiful, and then there's like old houses, and I'm like, I'm in Game of Thrones. It's so awesome. Because we don't have that kind of, our oldest thing is, I don't know, something Native American that would be like the oldest thing in our country, but as
Well,
far as building.
you've had the Grand Canyon for quite a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not going to take that off yet.
Yeah, it's like a comet or something. We don't know what it is, but.
But like, any places that particularly stood out, or?
Well, our show last night was a really awesome show. We played, oh my god, I'm blanking on everything. Did we play Norwich last night? Wait, Norwich?
Sorry, can you say that? Just say it.
You guys, are you guys saying Norwich?
Norwich, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I say a W and I'm like Norwich. They're like, that's not how you say it. No, was that? That's not where we were last night. I think this is what happens on tour.
All blows into one.
I don't know where we are.
Oh, we're in Nottingham now.
I know where we are now, but half the time I don't know where we are. I know Nottingham because I'm like, isn't this where Robin Hood's from?
Yes.
See?
Yes.
This seems like a really cool town, actually. I thought it was going to be a small town,
Oh no.
but it's pretty big, and it's.
Yeah.
I like cities and I like stuff happening, so it seems pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, they've got really quite a big music scene here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been seeing all the tour posters everywhere, and
Yeah.
it seems really cool. Flaming Lips are going to be playing here.
Yeah.
And, all kinds of cool things. So, yeah, it's hard. This is the hard part of tours. You don't get to like hang out in places. We go into a venue.
You play.
We play. Sometimes we get to go out. Like today, we got to walk around for 30 minutes just so we could find food. And then
Where
sometimes
did you go?
this cool. Oh, someplace not that cool, but
It probably was actually here.
yeah.
Yeah. So
It was just we were looking for the fastest thing. The building over there said Pizza Hut, so we're like Pizza Hut, that'll be fast. And then there was no Pizza Hut. There was like a Mexican food place. So we had like kind of fake Mexican food. Because I'm from I live in California, so that's real Mexican food. But
you
it was
can tell when it's fake.
yeah, but it was still good. But it was just I'm like, why is there like cream in the guacamole? You're not supposed to put cream in it. And
You should go and tell them how it's done.
yeah.
So when you were playing America, where's your favourite place to play?
The Midwest is really fun, and the South is really fun. Kind of like we're playing a festival called Rocklahoma, which sounds really which sounds really, I don't know, like cheesy or something, but it's like all rock bands, but the audiences are so cool there. They're so, and that's how we feel about a lot of English audiences. They're really like get into the music. They're really cultured. They like different styles of music.
Yeah.
And so playing there, they're really into like any kind of rock music. So when we play there, people get super excited, and that's what makes us excited is when other people, it's the energy back and forth. So.
Am I right in believing you played South by Southwest?
We were supposed to play South by
Oh.
Southwest. This is a sad story. Okay, we also work on a TV show called Live from Daryl's House, which Daryl Hall from the 80s band Hall & Oates, like, Man Eater, oh, here she comes, that band. So he's got a TV show called Live from Daryl's House, which I was the producer of and Robin was the director. And we had to film one more episode, and it was supposed to be filmed in February, so we got accepted to South by. We're like, awesome, we're planning a tour around it, we're going to South by Southwest, and then it got delayed, and we basically had to cancel our appearance at South by. It was really sad.
Just thinking, just seeing that music, you would have been so fitting there.
I know.
Oh.
We played last year, the previous year, but we didn't play like an official one. We just did like a tour around the same time, which there's a lot of venues on the same streets and stuff that aren't official, and there's just thousands of people everywhere. So it kind of doesn't matter, but it's cool to be a part of the official showcase, and you get to. So hopefully next year.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully.
What's the best gig you've ever played then? There's been too many to choose from.
No, well, the best one was a house party we played.
Ooh.
We played this guy who owns a record store. They call him Mr. Zeps in Indiana.
Ooh.
He has a house where he just has parties, and he basically has this basement, and he had us and my favorite band, which are called Mr. Clit and the Pink Cigarettes. They're kind of, I call them art punk. I don't know what they call themselves, but they're like kind of punky, like grungy music. And then another band, I think Green Gold was their name. We all three played this basement house party. This was like on our tour of the Midwest. We like drive around in a little car, we're all squished in the car.
Oh.
And that was just like the coolest, because it was like 60 people crammed in a tiny basement, like sweaty, like all just like moshing and just really cool energy, and we're just in there. It just felt like a real like a punk rock show, so it was cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, dare I ask, what's been the worst show you've ever played?
There's probably been a lot of them.
Have you ever had ones where you've outnumbered the audience?
We just did a show. See, sometimes those aren't the bad ones though. So we have had we just had a show at a really cool venue in LA, but it was during the week of South by. So everyone in LA was like gone.
Yeah.
They're all at South by Southwest, and we weren't even supposed to play it, but a friend of ours was playing, and she's like, "Do you want to come open?" And we're like, "Well, since we're not going to South by, we have time. We go play." So we went and played, and there was when we played, there was 10 people there probably, hardly anyone. So we're like, "Oh man, well, we put on a good show anyway." And so we just did the show, and everyone there loved it. And by the time we finished playing, there was more people, but there wasn't that many people to start. And then a lot of cool things came from that show. There just happened to be really cool people there. So there was a radio guy there, and then another guy who was friends with another guy who had a radio station, a young kid that has a station. So they were he told his friend, and then his friend booked us. And
so I'm gonna ask you some more questions about your newest album. What was the best song to record?
Ooh. Well, Big Plans kind of start the first one, and the one that we had the video for. That one started as we had recorded a couple songs already, and Robin and Phil, our drummer who played on the album, they were like, "We want to get wasted," and so they got drunk, and they're like, "Well, let's just get wasted and jam." So they got drunk and jammed, and me and Ryan, the mixer engineer, were like, "We'll just stay in here." I'm like, "You guys, go do your thing." We had been recording all day. It was probably 1 in the morning or something, and so they just went and jammed this ridiculous drunken jam, and we name all of our song titles Drunky Fuck, which was that one. So that was Drunky Fuck. We have Sleazy Fuck. Everything's something. Probably.
It's fine.
This.
It's
fine. So that one was the drunky one, and Ryan and I were just kind of sitting back, making fun of their terrible playing. For half an hour, they just jammed this really long song. But during it, there was a moment where we're like, "Wait a minute, that was actually cool." And so when they came out, we were because they're all "Yeah, we're fucking awesome, we're so awesome," and then we're it was terrible except for this moment. And so we rewound back to this. Robin had played this riff, and then he only played that much of it, and then it kind of went and then somewhere else. So we're that riff's cool, so we worked on it, and then a lot of our recording was drinking and having fun. So it was fun. The whole thing was fun, but that was fun because I just got to sit back and laugh at them, and then something good came out of it.
So there are no songs that were a pain to record then, or anything?
No, we had no songs written. The plan was to just go into the studio for a week or two, and we were gonna just do an EP, 4 songs. So we're oh, we'll just do 4 songs. Then we found out that the studio we wanted to record at had to close. The person was gonna be whoever owned the building was selling the building. Oh. And that studio had been there 30 years. Caius, which was Queens of the Stone Age's first name, they had recorded there. All these cool bands had recorded there, and the guy Ryan had analog tape machine, all this cool stuff. So we're crap, you're gonna have to close. Let's just do an album. So we just did a whole album in 2.5 weeks.
Oh,
with no songs written. I always have tons of lyrics everywhere, but we didn't have any songs. We just went in and did it. So the first week we recorded everything, and then second week did vocal overdubs.
Oh my god.
And then a couple days to just fix a couple of things, and that was it.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
in this new album, we kind of the first album we tried to do a lot of different things, and we felt it kind of sounded a little bit mismatchy. So we wanted to just kind of do a basic rock album, a kind of a back to basics kind of album.
Yeah.
So I think we did it.
You do find the first album bands seem to not quite found the
We
sound
can't. You don't
yet.
really know what we're doing. Yeah. I think it's gonna always change. I think we found more of our sound on the second album, and everything's really cohesive and cool and sleazy, which is I like all those elements. But then I think the next album will probably bring in some other layers. I'm already ready to let's start the next one.
Already got ideas.
Yeah.
Blimey. So if you have a different drummer wherever you're around the world, how do you find these? How do you decide who you're going to do? Or do you already choose them before you go on tour? Or,
Yeah.
Oh, hopefully you would.
Yeah.
how do you pick them out? How do you find them?
We've been very, very lucky so far, because that's one reason why we only have 3 band members, because it's so hard to find band members, like musicians, where you all have the same vision. Like,
Yeah.
otherwise, you know, someone might want to play a different style of music or whatever. So it's hard to find that, and then it's hard to find people that want to keep doing it as long as you are doing it. Like some people might go like after 2 months, like, oh, I don't want to do it anymore. So you have to find someone that's like committed. So we've been lucky that we know 3 or more really cool, you know, people, and they're all drummers.
Yeah.
That kind of fit our sound and all have the ability and are all cool. And so we've been playing with a guy named Nico, who's from Chile, in California, and we knew him because he played with some other local band, and so we kind of like stole. So we kind of he still plays with the other band, but they just don't play as much right now, so it's kind of to our advantage. And he played. We did this competition in Orange County, California, called the OC Music Awards. So he played all that with us, and we won Best Live Band. So that was awesome. Yay!
Understandable, really.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. We didn't think we were gonna win because there was a lot of cool bands, and we got to the final, which was cool. But we didn't think we were gonna win because it was started with like 35 bands, and then they picked the best 5.
Yeah.
Then we did like the final, and we're like, oh, it was pretty good, but we don't know if we won, and then we won, which is cool because we won stuff. That's cool.
You won stuff.
We won stuff.
What stuff did you win?
We won 4 days recording at Red Bull Studios in LA,
Oh my God.
which we haven't used yet, so we'll use that pretty soon. And we won. Robin got a guitar and bass, free guitar and bass from Ernie Ball Music Man Instruments and an Ernie Ball string sponsorships. That means he gets like free strings for life, which that's amazing. That's like saves a lot of money.
Yeah.
We got like a gift card to Guitar Center, which you guys have. It's not Guitar Center here, but some other guitar superstore type place. So I got a microphone, and Rob got a pedal board, and let's see what. Oh, we get to play a show at Warped Tour, which is awesome.
Oh my gosh.
So that'll be really cool.
That's really good.
That's in June, so lots of cool stuff.
Yeah.
We also won Best Live Music Video, or Best, not live music, Best Music Video.
Ooh.
For the music video for the song Bullshit. So you'll have to look that one up for sure.
Will do.
That one's filmed in England and Amsterdam. England, I'm running around with cows in a field.
That's just Britain summed up, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then what you doing in Amsterdam?
In Amsterdam, we were doing a show at the Paradiso in Amsterdam. We did a show that night, and then afterwards, everyone at the Paradiso, it's like the coolest, that's probably the coolest venue. Like the people are just the coolest, and like the people that run the venue.
Yeah.
And they basically give you a dressing room, but you get to like keep that dressing room like all night, like for as long as you want. And everything's like open like all night in Amsterdam. So they give you a key so you can like lock your stuff in there and it's safe. And then you get to like go out in the town and there's like food and bars and all this stuff open like all night long. And in fact, the Paradiso, which is like a normal venue, kind of like this one, it turns into a club at night.
Oh yeah.
So it turns into a club, so then you can like go in the club. So we were like, let's film a music video here. So they were just kind of letting us do whatever we want. So we just like ran up and down the hallways. We went into the club, like we're filming in the club, like around people dancing, and so that's the music video.
I was going to ask you about music videos. Is that a favourite to record then? Or
That was really fun, yes. And that's from our first album.
Alright, yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
But we did it at the end of last year.
Ah.
Yeah.
So you've been coming over to England for, how long is it now?
We started in, the band formed in like 2011, so since then kind of, we did kind of like a mini show with the Hoax. They did this thing called Hoax Fest where they all have individual projects as well, so all their individual projects kind of opened up the show, so it's kind of a festival.
Oh.
So we did that one, that was like our first thing we did, and then this year we did 2 bigger tours with them. We did one in September, we did a couple dates, and then we had our own dates in Amsterdam and stuff. And then we just did a December tour and then this one. So we're hoping to be back here in hopefully September time, not with the Hoax, but on a separate tour. So.
Oh, headlining or with someone else?
With someone else, but they're really cool, so we're hoping. I don't want to say in case it doesn't work out, but yeah.
I look forward to it.
Yes.
Is there any way you want to finish the interview?
We could like do headstands.
Oh my gosh, that sounds disastrous.
Now look, well I'm wearing a skirt, but I'll try to hold it.
Alright, okay, this is happening. I can't put my feet up.
You can do it. Just don't. Well, you hit the light.
Oh my god.